So this one is something that I experienced quite earlier on in my life, and it was something that I had to learn to overcome, and it is the doubt inside of you. And sometimes I still face it now. Okay, the doubt that is like a little like bug that sits on your head or on your shoulder, and it's a doubting energy of yourself. And if you don't control it, it gets more and more powerful with time. As you age, you feel like as time passes, you're less capable of achieving your dreams, or to the point where you feel like you're not worthy because it hasn't happened to you yet. Excuse me. And as time will pass, it'll get worse and worse and worse as you age, because you'll see people doing better than you, or people who are younger than you will have more than you, and you'll see on social media your expectations will get bigger and bigger because you're getting older and older. This is something that happens to everyone, and it's a completely natural feeling to compare and always think that you're not doing as well as others, because that's just what humans do, right? We improve our life and we make more in our own salary or job, and then we always think that, oh, this is still not enough, and I'm still not doing as good as I think I should be doing at this age, which is fine, because it's good to have that motivation to improve yourself. And I do this as well. Like, I'm never really fully satisfied, but I've learned to be happier with my decisions that I've made in life, and just come to terms with being content with where I am right now. It's part of forgiving yourself, because it's quite hard to forgive yourself as time goes on. But I want you to really think back now and try and think to a part of your life or a point in your life when you didn't have as much, or you was even in a more desperate situation than you were today. And just think back to that, and think about how comparatively things are much better for you. And even if it's not massively better, it's better now, right? Think about that, and just think about how you could compare the old you to the you of today, rather than comparing yourself to someone else's level they're at now, right? Because you don't know where they were 10 years ago. So you 10 years ago would not be the same as them 10 years ago, because your journey hasn't been the same, and you haven't done the same amount of things. Maybe in those 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, when you were doing nothing, they were really giving it their all, you know? So you can't really compare. It's something that everyone struggles with, right? We see people online and they're doing incredibly well, or, you know, they've got married, they've got children, they've got their business up and running, and everything seems hunky-dory, and life is good for them. And you're thinking, oh, I've done just as much as them, or they come from the same place as me. Why have I not done as good as them? And we tend to look externally or outwards whenever we want to compare, right? But the best thing you can do is to look internally and to really think about what you have been doing. The best way to improve yourself, right, and reflect is to actually look at yourself from outside of the box and imagine yourself as a main character, and you're reading or watching, you're reading a book about your life, or you're watching a movie about this character, and just think about how many pages that maybe you would have skipped, or how many minutes on the video you would have skipped because you thought it was quite a boring part of the movie and things weren't really going as fast enough. You know, when you watch a movie and you're like, oh, it's a bit slow, like I'm not really feeling the movie right now. That's exactly what life is like sometimes. It can be mundane and it can be slow, and it can really get you down because it's your life, right? It's actually your life which is pissing you off. So, but you don't get to skip that time. You don't get to move the pages forward and get to the end of the story. Unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. And it can be quite soul destroying, or it can fuck with your mojo and how you feel about yourself. The point is, you should not be beating yourself up about this, because if you look at someone else's movie or someone else's story, right, it's only gonna piss you off more, and it's gonna send you into a spiral of doom and gloom. Like, it's gonna make you feel more like shit, and it's not gonna get you out of that rut. The easiest way to get out of your rut is to come to terms with your decisions and reflect on yourself and redirection your thoughts and your operating system. Just to think about every single minute that I use. You don't have to be like a micromanager. You don't have to be meticulous, right? But you have to be considerate about your own time, and you have to be a little bit selfish with your own time, because no one else is going to live your life. No one's going to live it for you, and no one's going to help you out, unless, I don't know, maybe you've got that kind of life where someone's going to swoop in and solve your problems. If you do, then I feel sorry for you, because when they're gone, you have got no one but yourself. So what I'm getting at is, you need to have some kind of reflection inwards to help yourself discover what is going wrong and why am I thinking this way, and what is the most beneficial thing that I can do today to make the next pages in my story good, or how can I make the next hour of this movie perfect. What can I do that's going to make it interesting? And in any story or any movie, right, it's when there's great difficulty or a really difficult time in that character's life is when you start to see the massive change or the significant changes in their life. It's when you start to know, oh, something big's about to happen. His transformation's happening, or he's about to figure out that he's a superhero, or he's about to slay the dragon, or whatever. He's about to become a knight. If you've seen Kingdom of Heaven, it's a movie that I really like. Kingdom of Heaven, I suggest you watch it. He doesn't know who he is, and he ends up becoming someone that he never thought he would become. Brilliant movie. But anyway, it's the hero's journey, and the hero's journey is not just the external. It's not what he goes through on the outside. It's the inner work that he has to do to figure out what the hell is going on in his mind, what does he truly want in his heart, and forgiving his own soul and realizing that his soul, you're just a child inside of your body that is going through something, and you have to process it like an adult, but you have to be kind to yourself, and know that you're just a man, or you're just a woman. You're not God, and this is your first time. It's your first time here. It can be really hard to separate yourself from the world and society and think, I'm doing terrible. Look at him. Or look at her. They're so amazing. Rightly so. Maybe they're amazing, right? And maybe they're doing really well, which is good for them. That's brilliant. But don't demoralize yourself by looking at what others are achieving over what you have done and what you need to do, because it's only going to ruin your chances of bettering yourself. I know that for a fact. Whenever I go onto social media and I see one of my posts not doing so well, or I see another content creator doing really well and uploading similar content or something that I would talk about, and they're doing 10 times better than me, it almost pisses me off. Like, it really hurts me. But yeah, that's what you have to try and negate from. You got to just see it as noise. No one is obliged to like you or help you. It's only yourself. Only you are obliged to yourself to help yourself. That's what I'm saying. And the sooner you realize that, the easier things will become for you. And you'll have a goal to try and change things. You'll have some kind of reason behind your actions. Once you have a reason behind your action, you won't be as tired. You won't feel as lazy. You'll still have bad days, but there's more wind in your sails because you'll actually want to do something, because you have a reason. You have a creed. It's almost like a brotherhood within yourself. The person you want to become and the person you are today, they become one. And when they become one, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. Make sure you think about all the things that you've done and realize how far you've come. And it's not the end of the road until it's the end of the road. Do everything you can in this day and the next day, and all your efforts will eventually compound. Don't stress about the small stuff. Just keep going and reflect as much as you can on the things that you can change and the things that you can do better going forward. Peace, guys. I love you all. Keep going. Follow your dreams. I love you.
Got me feeling like AJ at Wembley. I got a house in the sticks, I'm living stress free. God bless me, guide me, protect me.